We are tracking the search and rescue operation for that tourist sub headed to the wreckage of the Titanic. Our own Tom Costello has the latest.
The search zone is the size of Connecticut in the choppy, cold waters of the North Atlantic. On board, Hamish Harding, a billionaire who has pursued extreme adventures worldwide. British businessman Shahzada Dawood and his son Suleiman. French pilot Paul-Henri Nogelet. And OceanGate founder, CEO Stockton Rush. The Titanic wreckage sits at the bottom of the ocean, nearly 13,000 feet deep, where the pressure is roughly 400 times what it is at sea level. No diver could withstand it. But with time ticking away, U.S. and Canadian Coast Guard ships and planes are coordinating a massive grid search, looking for any sign that the sub has come to the surface. So far, nothing. If the sub is intact underwater, it may have only a day and a half worth of air left.
This is a very complex search, and the unified team is working around the clock to bring all available assets and expertise to bear as quickly as possible.
The sub, called Titan, has never been certified. Among the safety concerns, the hatch can only be unbolted and opened from the outside, not the inside, and it runs using a video game controller. The Navy is now rushing salvage equipment to the site in case the sub needs to be lifted out of the ocean. If your submersibles can find this sub, is there any way to retrieve it and save the people on board?
We have a group of our nation's best experts in the Unified Command, and if we get to that point, those experts will be looking at what the next course of action is.
David Marquet, retired U.S. Navy captain and former submarine commander, joins us now. This is an incredible, devastating story that's captivating the world. What do you think happened here?
Yeah, so they left from the mothership. The mothership towed them out from Newfoundland. They departed from the mothership Sunday morning. They were heading for about a 2-hour transit down to the bottom of the ocean, tour around the Titanic for about 4 hours, and then go on back. On their way down, about an hour and 45 minutes into it, automatically lost all communications abruptly, and nothing was heard from the submarine. That, to me, is a bad indication. If you just lose communications, but you can still hear people inside, then they'd be banging on the ship or doing something like that to signal that they're still alive, they're still well. If they could still drive the ship, they would drive the ship immediately right back to the surface. It would pop up in the vicinity of the mothership again. They would see it and recover it. Neither of those two things happened. So that, based on that, my experience is we need to prepare ourselves for the worst situation, which is there was some kind of a failure, catastrophic failure to the vessel, and the crew's incapacitated.
An uncertified vessel. Would you, given your experience, ever agree to go on a mission like that?
No. Sorry. It's one of the things I'm not attracted to that. I don't really find that going down to the Titanic, a tomb of 1,500 people, to be that seductive of an appeal, number one. Number two, it's a very uncomfortable ride. You're sort of sitting in this tube with 5 other people. It probably smells bad because there's no real bathroom. It's cold, it's dark, and you can't really see a whole lot. You could probably see better from computer screens up on the ship than you could being actually down there. And I don't know, for me, maybe it's just because it was sort of a busman's holiday. I'm just not attracted to doing something like that.
What makes the search and rescue mission so challenging?
Well, first of all, it's on 2 levels. First, it's on the level of the ocean, in which case, if the ship did get to the surface, currents could be taking it. So every hour, that area gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And so we got planes crisscrossing looking for it. But it's also at the bottom. Now here, it's probably in a much smaller area. It's probably pretty close to the Titanic, but it's not making any noise. All of our systems for finding submarines are designed for the submarines that are making noise, because the submarines we're hunting are always making noise because they're driving through the water. Their propellers are going, and we're looking for that. So it's not making noise, so it makes a very hard problem. The good news is there are 3 ships there or en route that have remotely operated vehicles, and they can go down and use cameras to crawl along the area. But this is a very, very slow. It's pitch black. You can't see very far. It's a very slow process. And that's where the clock really is working against us.
Then what must it be like for those people inside?
Yeah, it's naturally terrifying, but they really got to control their emotions, because that panic causes you to hyperventilate, and you're breathing more air. You're using your air more rapidly, which is the last thing you want to do. And you're expelling more carbon dioxide. So you're literally poisoning the air that you're breathing. So what they want to do is remain calm. If one person can, bang on the submarine in a rhythmic way that sounds man-made, not natural. Boom, 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 right? Like something like that. And the rest of them, try and meditate, nap, do as little activity as possible, because that will extend that 96 hours of oxygen that they had just a little bit longer, may make the difference between living and not.
For those of us with no expertise, it's hard to imagine why someone would trust their lives to a tiny sub that uses an old video game controller for steering. What is your take on a commercial operation like this? And can you explain this video game controller? That's sort of mind-boggling for us.
Yeah, so these guys are innovators, they're entrepreneurs, they're trying to do something where they're marrying 2 objectives. One is they want to allow research to happen on the Titanic to understand what's happening deep in the oceans, what the effects of global warming might be. And at the same time, they need to fund it. And they're doing that by piggybacking high-paying tourists onto the submarine. The spirit in the company is very innovative, fast-moving, and so there's this sense that, the regulations for what the industry was over the last 40 years really don't apply to us. We're moving faster into new territory. The problem is the laws of nature are still there. They haven't changed. They're not going to change, and we're pushing the bounds of experimentation. Now, it's good for the human race that we have people willing to take those risks, but it's a little bit scary. Some people go to the top of the mountain and they don't come back down.
Unregulated, uncertified. I do want to ask you something before we go that I'm sure some will find insensitive. This is a massive rescue effort that is going to be enormously expensive. And this mission was private citizens who knew it was super risky. Who should be paying for it?
Yeah, I think this is a debate that we need to have, because the Coast Guard is incurring a lot of costs. And all these ships, they're not coming there for free. They're going to send a bill, most likely to the government. So let's say, what are you going to pay? $10 million to save 5 people? That's $2 million a person. How many lives could you save doing fresh water? Buying mosquito netting, giving people vaccinations and things like that. And I think it is a debate that we need to have.
It's a complicated one. Well, we are hoping and praying all of these people get home safely, and we wish safety to everyone involved in the rescue mission. David, thank you so much for educating us tonight. It's important.